Okay, perfect. So getting started, I'll just fly through the intro. I'm Amanda. Sorry for the difficulties there. Promise it'll be easier next time. Definitely try it out. Google On Air is great. But I'm Amanda. I'm on the University Relations team here in the States. Right now, you should just be seeing our PowerPoint. And also, Sukrit already introduced himself, but you'll see our faces at the end. Sukrit, if you just want to give a brief introduction.
Hi everyone, I'm Sukrit and I lead the communication and special projects for CSC India and look forward to a great engaging session now.
All right, so getting started, just some information here, some basic statistics. We'll send you this PowerPoint so you can definitely look over it. But on the left, you can see that IBM reported an amazing 400% increase in sales in the first quarter tied to a pilot program of social selling. So imagine what social media can do for you. It's going to be huge, especially for your LinkedIn profile and your Twitter. And also 65% of a salesperson's time is spent actually not selling, as I'm sure you're aware and you've learned. Social selling tools can speed up sales research greatly. Also, 3 reasons why your personal business needs social selling. 1, your customers are already there. Your competition is also there too. So there's so many reasons why you should be on social media. LinkedIn, Twitter, we'll cover all of those. And also your employees and new hires expect it. They expect you to be social and have a voice on social media. So it's really, really important, and that's what we're here to help you do today.
But I guess the PC is not on.
I'm sorry?
The presentation is not showing up.
Okay, we'll just keep going with it. Sorry, I was answering a ping.
Okay. Yeah. So the next thing that will come in our mind is how to do so. And the very first thing that we need to do is to invest our time purposefully. So what we did in research for this project, we find that people joining the social media have a particular mindset towards joining the platform they want to go on. So like Facebook, Twitter is more on the personal side. LinkedIn is more on the commercial and the professional side. So the mindset that is covering or probably advocating the LinkedIn behavior is a strategic alliance that people derive out of it. With over 70% of members in the age group of 25 and above, it accounts for around 44% of working professional or corporations which have more than 10,000 employees. So that means that when it comes to B2B sales, there's a huge scope. LinkedIn has already past 5.5 million members, and Australia itself is accounting for 2% of the global membership. So that's a very big number when it comes to leads, which we can definitely work on in terms of sales. It represents 35% of the workforce, with approximately 1 out of 3 people on LinkedIn. So that helps you connect with them a lot easier vis-a-vis the cold calls that were required earlier. With over 35% of the members being decision makers and 24% of them occupying senior positions, it's actually the right approach, and it's quite fast and easier to connect with these individuals than approaching them directly or through a cold call or for a solicitation letter. So it's better that we connect up and make use of the social platform to the fullest, and that's how we want to plan it. How to do it, how LinkedIn can actually benefit for salespeople. There are 10 basic pointers which we can definitely share here. The very first thing is probably the icebreaking session itself, the receiving introduction part. So you can actually make use of LinkedIn to receive introduction and referrals to prospective clients using various tools which are available, just like a mobile app. Second is to get the referrals from the department and the current customer. So when you get the referral from your current customer, it actually adds to the credibility of your account, and people would actually treat your account more seriously. For that, you need to do the discovering of the relationships between customers. So you will definitely find your one customer being connected to your prospective clients, and that's how you can actually approach them. Discover more information about your prospects and customers and start making conversation, because that is the most crucial thing that drives social media connect, the content part of it. So you need to maintain the relationship with the current customer and also the prospective clients. You will be visible, and you will be establishing a strong personal brand with the kind of content that you will share. So always be up to date, put in all the things that you get from your network and broadcast them on your social network. your word of mouth will automatically come to that, and that is going to help you get much more leads. Getting recommendation, we're going to cover it in the next part of this presentation, but that is also very crucial. And the things to eye for is getting the notification when somebody changes their jobs, or get notification when customer link something with sales. So that is the important part here. You need to be very watchful of what is happening in your network and also the secondary and the tertiary network, so that you can connect with them and at least be updated on their backgrounds.
Wonderful. So the next part, we're going to talk about the important stuff, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So this is just a checklist, and we will cover most of these in the next slide. And as I said, due to time constraints, I'll definitely send you this presentation so you can have a look over it. But some of the things on this checklist are very important for LinkedIn. If you don't have these things already, I recommend doing it today. Very, very important. So I think one of the most important things to do and to build this relationship with your potential clients and customers is add a professional photo. You want it to be something such as a headshot, in a suit and tie, or whatever you might wear to visit your clients. I wouldn't suggest having anyone else in the photo, and keep it very professional. Very different from Facebook, of course, but keeping it professional is really going to attract those clients and start to build your own personal brand with them too. Also, writing a great headline, we'll see this on the next slide, but very important. You want to describe you and what you're doing, and you really want it to tell who you are, the words to tell your story in a couple short words. Also, writing a professional summary is very important. There's an example on the next slide as well, but just writing kind of where you've been, where you're going, what you do at CSC, pretty important stuff, and what products and services you might work specifically with. Also including your official job title. When I say official job title, what I mean is it should match everything on all your marketing materials. So if you're handing out business cards, same title should be on LinkedIn as on your business card. Also on your Lotus Notes signature, they should all be the same. Also optimizing your work experience with the right keywords. We'll talk about this a little bit more, but people can actually search for you through Google and things like that, and LinkedIn will actually pop up. So you need to make sure you have the right keywords, especially tied to the products and services you're specifically working with. Also make sure your profile is 100% complete. The great thing about LinkedIn is it helps you build your profile and make sure it's 100%. When you actually go to your page to click edit, it'll have the percent complete it is. And the more complete it is, the more views you're going to get, and the more up to date your profile is going to be, and probably more views you'll get too. So some of the things to complete are, of course, your education, publications if you have any, certifications, anything else that might be really, really relevant. Also adding your skills. We'll talk about those, but definitely relate them more to the sales area you're in. It's a great way for people to find you with those keywords as I talked about earlier. Also, complete contact details. Now, you might want to put your office phone if that's what people use more rather than a personal phone. Whatever your clients are using to connect with you, you want to make sure it's completed on your LinkedIn profile. Your work email and other things as well. And that takes us to the next part, adding websites and Twitter links to your profile. Obviously, you want these to be your professional Twitter accounts or professional social sites. Maybe you do use Twitter for business. Put that link on there. Maybe you have a blog about the products and services you use and you sell. You can put those on there as well. As many things that people can see that make you easily connectable and accessible is very important to do. Also, we'll talk about how to personalize your public URL. I actually didn't know you could do this till quite recently, but it's really great to do because it lets people search for you easier than a jumbled URL. So that's pretty neat that LinkedIn lets you do that. And also we'll talk about how to ask for recommendations from your peers, your clients. How to get endorsed kind of goes right hand in hand with that. And also how to personalize your email signature on Lotus Notes to include your LinkedIn. That's really important, and we'll spend time on that as well. So jumping right in, optimizing your headline and job summary. Some of the things to remember, you can kind of see on the left, this person's in digital marketing at CSC, but some of the things on the checklist, you want to make sure it's accurate, and once again, as it goes along with all your marketing materials to your clients. You want to use a catchy headline, as you can kind of see where the arrows are there. Also, being grammatically correct is very important. Have one of your peers sitting next to you check over it, just because we all miss simple mistakes, and you don't want to have that be visible to potential clients and customers. Also, using those major keywords or buzzwords in your summary will help your profile get more views. Also, be mindful of acronyms that are specific to CSC to aim and align with clarity. And also be sure to use CSC, not Computer Sciences Corporation. It's a new global guideline. It is a little bit hard to get used to, but definitely use it. That's our brand, and that's what we're trying to build strong. So optimizing your work experience. This is very important. If you've searched around LinkedIn, you probably noticed some people's work experience is very short or very lengthy. You kind of want to be that person right in the middle, especially in sales. You really want to show your measurable achievements that you've worked with, whether it's at CSC or a company before, because it shows your clients that you've done a lot of great things, and that's really important too. By measurable goals and measurable outcomes, I mean the numbers. Maybe you won an award for top sales rep or top person in your region or most new clients. That's all notable and important to put on here. So some of the things to remember, definitely want it to be accurate, of course. Always want it to be in first person. Also with that, active, not passive language. You always want to remember to use the inverted pyramid approach, and I think sometimes people forget this, but you want your most relevant and up-to-date information at the top. It's really, really important to have the newest up there so people don't have to scan through to look for the most relevant and newest. Put it at the top. Also highlight outcomes and achievements. That's what I said about being, the top sales rep or whatever it might be. I would put those awards and achievements on here as well. Shows you're a hard worker. And also you can see how laid out this person, how laid out they put this is really great. You definitely want to put it with either bullet points or ways to separate it so it's not just one big paragraph. You can see this person laid it out greatly, so that way it's very easy to read. For the average person, point to point to point, very important. Also adding your skills. LinkedIn will help you figure out how to do this based on what you put in for your job and education and things. You can see this person, once again, is more in the marketing side of things, but yours might say client engagement, client relationships, knowledge on the product you're selling, for example, a bunch of different things, business-to-business sales. So a lot of those things might be on your skills here, and this is really great just because it adds those keywords when people are searching for you. So that's really important. Make sure these are up to date as well. If your position changes or maybe the product you're selling changes, you want to make sure this is up to date. And also, this is pretty important. You learn something new every day. I think this is really, really great that LinkedIn decided to put this in here. Personalizing your public URL. So it's basically what people type in at the www spot at the top of your Internet Explorer. So this person, you can see, has some numbers after his name. I would say do away with that, and he should just have his name there, which LinkedIn allows you to do. This is great for when you put it on your business card or in your Lotus Notes signature. Mine just says www.linkedin.com/Amanda Wolf. Pretty simple. Now, if your name's common, it might not be as easy. You might have to throw a number in there or a middle name. But it's a really great way and a great tool to just make your profile easier to find and more searchable.
Awesome. So with that, the next thing that comes to you is probably getting recognized for what you have done in the past. And that is the kind of achievement which you can showcase in the form of recommendation. So get connected with your network, get connected with the people you have worked with or you are currently working with on special projects, on any new client that you have done, and get recommended for that work. The more number of recommendations you can get onto your profile, the better it's a personal brand for you. You can get the recommendation from various sources. You can ask your colleagues, you can ask your past employers, your bosses, your peer group, and they can vouch for your credibility. The moment they put some good terms onto your recommendation part, you'll get it boosted in terms of the profile showcasing more. And good part is your network will also get to know that you got recommended by somebody. And if the person is at a senior level, it definitely adds credibility for your prospective clients to look at. The next thing that will come is probably get endorsed. like Amanda said, you need to mention the key skills onto your profile. And once you put all those skills, and the moment you get connected with a person, he or she will get an option to endorse you for the particular skill. So let's say if you are good in terms of client management, if you're good in terms of the relationship that you build with your clients, you will get an option to showcase that in your skill set, which will get endorsed by the person the moment he joins your network. If you're good into B2B sales, the person will definitely endorse you for a good B2B salesperson skill. So you should always keep those skills handy. Always. You also, one thing that you need to actually do is you need to plan which skill to put first. So there is an option of reordering your skill set. So you can choose what to write initially and then reorder them in terms of their importance in your daily work. So your B2B sales, your presence with your clients, your connect with the client, your product knowledge, these are the crucial things which should show up, and that should get endorsed from your network.
So the next important part to connecting people to you is personalizing your email signature and Lotus Notes. Now there's a lot of great resources on C3, how to properly align with CSC's kind of standards and guidelines to make your Lotus Notes look the way it should by the CSC guidelines. So I simply, when I started and needed to update, just went to C3 and typed in signature or Lotus Notes signature, and it came up. But the really great tool about it is you need to add your LinkedIn. And it actually shows how to do this on C3. If anybody needs help with this, I can send you the link. I have it where you can learn. But it's really great to put it in there because it allows clients that you're emailing back and forth with to simply click on the link and it'll take them directly to your LinkedIn page. You can also add Twitter on here if it's professional, of course, and maybe even Facebook if it's professional, or maybe Google or anything like that that you may use. CSC allows you to do so just in the proper kind of format, but I can help you with that. But I would recommend doing this today just because it's a great tool and a great way to stay connected with people too. And for a one click, they can find you.
So the next thing is to actually ensure that you have grown your network. And that's how you're going to do while using grow your connection part of it. So if we go to the next slide, we'll get understanding of how it will help. You go and connect with your co-workers, the very first thing that you need to do. Because as the most of the time of your day, you're spending with your co-workers. So it's the easiest way to connect up. Many times you'll find your co-worker being connected with a person who's not directly connected to a prospective client. But that secondary connection would help you get connected with the prospective client. So connect with the co-workers. Since you are doing good in your own field, you can expect that your classmates or your batchmates in your schools and universities are also at a good position currently in their lives. So it's good to get connected with them. You may find some clients or prospective clients being connected to them. So it's always good to be a part of that network in totality. So connect with your classmates. Invite your business and personal contacts. So there's an option of importing your address books from Outlook, from Gmail, from Yahoo. The only thing, a word of caution here, when you do so, it's an app. So you need to be judicious enough to choose whom to send. There's a limit of invitees that you can send, and LinkedIn automatically keeps a track of how many invites are getting sent and how many of them are getting accepted. So I would recommend choose this app, but choose whom to send the invites, because if you are sending a lot number of invites which are not getting accepted or getting declined, then it's actually hurting your profile. So go to this app, manually choose whom you want to send the invite with the highest percentage of getting accepted, and then send the invites. Be a part of groups. The more number of groups you are part of, the more you get content to engage with, and always be active in terms of the engagement that you can show. Be a part of those groups, comment on those new updates that comes through, like some updates, get liked for your updates, and that is how you're going to grow your network. Invite the leads that you find through the advanced searches. It will help you again in bridging a bigger network, because on an average, once you have 500 plus people in your network, you will see that you are connected to more than 2 million people on LinkedIn through secondary and tertiary connects. So always make use of that. And always remember to be active by posting comments to the groups, in open groups, in subgroups, and send personalized invitation. That's very crucial, because whenever you're sending invites, It's an automated invitation block which is stated that I want to invite you to my personal connect. I would recommend put a line of personalized nature. It will help you connect with your clients and your prospect even better. They will find that it's not an robotic message, it's more of a personalized message, and that will help a lot. Going to the next slide, I would just like to pull it all together in terms of lead. Now, lead is you have to leverage the power of the social world. So, power of LinkedIn is what we are talking about. We have gone through the why, how, and what. If there's any concern, any query, please feel write to us, and we are all going to connect again to guide you. Engage. That is the most important thing on social front. Your marketplace needs you. You need the marketplace. So always be engaged. Actions are what I just mentioned a few minutes back in terms of the content, in terms of the likes, in terms of updates. Keep the daily pace active, step forward, and the most important thing, strategize your plans on the social front. But do remember, social is not the end of the thing. You do need to meet people personally. So always try and keep that correct. Last but not least, this is only for your reference. There is a seasonal trend that we have seen in Australia. So I would recommend that you also keep a close eye on this. There are months where people are very active on the social front, and there are months when they are not active. So you need to choose the time of the year that you want to focus on social part and on the personal media. So just use the slide as a referral. These are a few names of the social media platforms which are readily available. Make use of all of them. LinkedIn being the priority because it's the next thing going up. So that will be it from my end. Amanda, if you want to add something.
Nope, that is all for right now. I will unmute the line and mute us on Google Hangout. So that way we can all chat and have a question and answer session. Once again, I will send this PowerPoint to you, and I will also send you our presentation today, the Google Hangout, so you can watch it again if you would like to use it for reference. So at this point in time, I will open up the phone lines. If you guys want to unmute and ask your questions, that would be great. Hey, how do you think it went? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was on mute on this. Yeah, it was awesome.
I think it went good, other than that little technical issue, but that can happen.
Yeah, but I can't see you. I see grow in amazing ways. What's coming onto my screen? So are we still live?
Oh, yes, one second.